Hey guys, welcome back to Let It Roll. Today I have a strategy from a subscriber named George. He watched one of my previous strategies called the Iron Cross Minus, and he made a couple adjustments to it that I like. The reason I like the adjustments is it falls in line with what the casino and they say the average roll is. They say the average roll is about an 8 roll before the 7 will show up. Now you and I that gamble know that it can happen within an hour where it's 0.7s one after the other. But what they say is in average it should be about 8 rolls. So with this strategy here, you start a little bit higher money and you regress down. So by the time we're at that 8 roll area, we already have our profit locked up. Let's take a look at it. The layout starts with a $60 6, a $60 8, and we will have $30 in the field. Now remember, if the puck is off and it's a come out roll, you don't want to lay your strategy out until after the point is on, because the field is live and the place bets are not. So you'd basically just be playing a field bet. But this is what the initial layout would look like. So the way it would work for you is, I'll just set these aside here for a second so you can see. All right, so basically when the puck is off, come out roll is thrown. Let's say they throw a 10. You'll hand the dealers the money. Okay, and at that point you're ready to begin the strategy. So let's look at the levels that we use here. Remember we talked about that there's an average of 8 rolls per shooter is what they say. So we're going to try and play within those averages. So puck's on now. Second roll comes. Let's say that they throw a 9. All right. So the 9 is going to get paid in the field $30. All right. Now third roll comes. Let's say that it's a 4. Okay, you're going to get paid $30. So after that right there, I'm just setting these here to see what we got paid. After 2 rolls, you're going to reduce to 30, 30, and 15. All right, so this is what's going to go back to your original rack. This is from your original money that you laid out, and this is what we've made so far. So that's after 2 rolls. Okay, now at this point, this is what we're playing with. We're going to do this for 2 more rolls. Let's say another 9 rolls. So you get $15. And now a 4 rolls. So you get another $15. That was 2 more rolls. All right. And at that point, you reduce again. And from here, we're going to play a $12 6 and 8. And a $10 field. All right. So this is a $10 table strategy. Okay, so you'll have $12 on the 6 and 8. And you've got the $10 field. Now, the adjustment he made is at this point here, you're going to do a $30 don't come bet. And then from here, the rest of the strategy is nothing but pressing your field numbers to your 6 and 8. So he said $10 here. And pressing the 6 and 8, what that's going to have you do is that's going to make you give them $2 every time a field number is hit. So I'm going to make a little adjustment, George, and I'm going to add $12 to the field. Okay, so let's say that they throw the dice and it becomes a 9. So your don't come travels to the 9. Okay, you're going to get paid another $12. And since you didn't throw the 6 or 8, you're pressing it. So from here on out, you're only collecting on the 6 and the 8. All right, let's say a 4 is thrown. You get $12 for the field, and you're going to press the 6 8. Okay, let's say now a 6 is thrown. We've got 4 units, which pays 28. We lose the field, so we're going to get paid $28 for this bet here. And we're going to replace the field for 12 so you can see what we're racking. Okay, you're racking $16. All right, now let's say that another 4 is thrown. So you get the 12 in the field. Okay, now you're going to press up the 6 and the 8. All right, so that's how it works. Now, if the 7 is rolled, you've got the little hedge here with the don't come. So you'll lose all of this. You'll get paid the don't come. If the don't come gets knocked off, you don't replace it. You just continue doing this here, all right? So if you noticed, I didn't talk about rolling the 5 at all during that process. So I'm going to talk about it right now. The 5 and the 7, of course, are the hole in this strategy. Anytime you roll the 5, you're not going to get any payment. And matter of fact, you're going to lose your field. So that can take you backwards a little bit in the strategy if you roll a ton of 5s. So that's what you need to understand is as you're playing this strategy out, the 5s are not going to pay you. It's actually going to eat into your bankroll. But that's how the process of this strategy works right there. Okay, guys, so as you can see that this strategy here actually falls within that 8 roll average that they talk about. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to accomplish getting onto casino. People hate when you say casino money. Let's say we're trying to accomplish getting onto the winnings and using our winnings to actually make more profit. So after 3 rolls, you should be roughly even as long as you don't throw the 5. And on the 4th roll, you should be in the profit. All right. So after that, if it's a long roll, as long as you're not throwing 5s, you should do real well with this strategy. All right, guys, taking a look at this strategy here. So on the come out roll, let's just say we rolled the 5. All right. So then you throw them your $30 for the field. And now we're looking to get past at least 3 rolls. You'll see why. So if we throw the come out roll, it's a 5. And then the next roll, let's say we roll a 9. Okay. If you look at it, we've made $30, but we still have this 60, and that 30 at risk. So you've got $150 at risk with only $30 that eats into that. So if the 7 comes on the next roll, you've got 30 of your 150 back, which leaves you in the minus of $120. So after the first roll, if you collect on that second roll, let's say the 7 comes, you're going to lose $120. All right, but let's say the 7 doesn't come, and let's say that we throw the 4. Okay, so this is on the 3rd roll. Now remember, if we throw the 5 at any time, if we threw the 5 on this roll right here, let's actually do that first. Let's say that on that second roll that we're throwing to try to make money with is the 5. Okay, and then the puck would come off, of course, and we would lose this $30. So now we're back to square one. We still have 150 of our dollars at risk. All right, so that 5 is going to minus whatever the field is. So we got to start from square one again. So let's say we throw the 9. Okay, point is 9. Now we give them our field bet. And let's say that the 10 is thrown. Okay, so you're going to get $30. And there again, now we've got to wait for the next one to hit. Let's say the 6 is thrown. So you get $70 for a 6. Okay, so that's a $70 payment there. When you put your $30 back in the field, it leaves you with $40. So let's look at it now. So here we've got $50, $60, $70 after 2 rolls. And here's the good thing about this strategy. After you get the 2 hits, you regress it a little bit. So this is going back into our bank right here. All 3 of these quarters are going to get racked. This was from our initial buy-in for this hand. So now we only have 60, 75 at risk. And after 2 rolls, we have 50, 60, 70 in profits. So if Big Red came now, we would lose $5 only. So this is with this way. If they roll this way, you would need 3 rolls in order to be in the profit. So let's just say that a 3 is rolled. You're going to make $15. All right, so now you can see at this point in our winnings, we have $85. We have 60, 75 at risk. So if the 7 comes now on the 4th roll, we're going to profit $10 on this hand. All right, now let's say that next roll is a 4. You get 15 more. Now we're definitely in the money. Okay. So this is what we've collected on this hand, and this is what we have at risk. And this is where we come down to the final level. All right, we bring all of these down. And then we go with a $12, 6 and 8, $10 field. Okay. And now if you look at it here, we've got 24, we've got $34 at risk, and we have $100 that we've made on there. So basically you're going to have $65 profit if the 7 comes now. All right, but on this next level, this is when we throw our $30 don't come. Okay, when that travels, that's going to help hedge it. But there again, if you throw the 7 on that don't come, you're going to lose this $30 along with everything else. And you'll see how that all plays out when we do it Wednesday night live. So anyways, this is how this strategy wins and how it loses. I just kind of explained what was going on. So early 7s will kill this strategy, of course. It looks like you're going to need roughly about 4 rolls that are collectibles, that are non-5s, to break even with this strategy. So if you play this strategy, just count on you need 4 hits, and you should be in the safe zone where you're starting to play with winnings and not your own personal money. Okay guys, so you've seen how the strategy wins and loses. Let's look at some of the adjustments we can make to this strategy. Okay guys, so if you're looking at the layout again, one of the things we could do if you want is you could hop the 5s to help counter the loss of the $30. You could throw them $4, hop the 5s. Of course, that eats into your profit by $4 because that's a 1 roll bet, but it could save you a $30 hit also. So that's one thing you can do, is just continually hop the 5s. It gives you less exposure also if a 7 comes. So let's say that we throw the 9 for the come out, and then the next roll is a 7. All right. Then at that point here, you didn't have to put all that money out here, because a normal iron cross, you would be putting $50 on the 5 to kind of play it the correct way. But in this case, if you're just hopping the 5s for $4, that's less exposure. Okay, you're not going to have that extra $50 loss. You're only going to have this $4 loss by hopping it. Okay, and then on the flip side, the positives is that if you rolled a 5, you're not going to have a $30 loss because you have a hole on the 5. What's going to happen is you will lose this, but let's say that the 4-1-5 through, you'll lose these $2 and you'll get paid $30 for the 4-1-5. Okay, so that's how that saves you from losing the $30 in the field. All right. So that's one of the adjustments you could make to this strategy if you wanted to. That's kind of like filling the hole a little bit. So it covers you without as much exposure for the $50 you would need to put here for an original iron cross. But yet it also helps you from losing the full $30 if a 5 is thrown. All right. So that's one adjustment you can make. The other thing is if you want to play it more aggressive, right now he says to go two hits and then regress down to the $30. Okay. But if you want to play more aggressive, you decide how many you want to go. Let's say you want to go, instead of going from 60 to 30 to 12, let's say you say, okay, forget about going to the $30 level. Let's just say we're going to roll it at this level for 4 rolls. Instead of going 2 rolls at 60, then 2 rolls at 30, we're just going to do all 4 of those rolls at 60 and 30 in the field. And then on the 5th roll, we're going to go ahead and go to 12, 12, 10, okay, with your $30 don't come. So if you wanted to play more aggressive, you'll make a little more money doing that, but you're going to lose more money if the 7 comes in those first 4 rolls. So that's something you could do, of course. Other things you could do is let's say on your hits, so on your first hit, no matter what it is you throw, you'll get, say, $30 if it's a filled number. And so on your first hit, you can go ahead and cover that 5, you know, just in case a 5 is rolled within those first 2 rolls. All right, so now if a 5 is rolled, you're going to lose 30 but get paid 35. So you'll make a profit of 5 instead of losing $30. So with your first roll, you can cover your 5. And then on your second roll, take a full hit or full collect and still come down to 2 units after that. And then with the 5, you just follow along with your field. So after that, you just cut this in half to a $15 5. It matches the $15 field. And then when you go down to a $10 field, you just put a $10 5. All right. So that's one way you can do that too, is cover your 5 after the first hit. One last thing you could do if you wanted to is, since you're looking at a strategy that is going six rolls before you drop down to the final level of the 12, 12, 10, for all those 6 rolls, if you wanted, each hit, you can just start spreading out your money. And then on the 6th roll, you should have everything covered for that last roll. And then on that last roll, just bring everything down and go 12, 12, and 10. So once again, I want to thank George for submitting this strategy to me. I also want to invite you guys to come by Wednesday night. I'm going to roll this out live with Josie, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So if you want to see how this strategy fares, come check it out. Also want to invite you guys to my membership. It's $4.99 per month. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate all of my members. You guys mean the world to me. It means so much to know that you guys care about my efforts. And I want you guys to know that you guys are the best part of Let It Roll. So hopefully I'll see you guys Wednesday night, and I'll catch you guys soon. Take care.